My name's Dan Casebolts. I'm a U.S. veteran, served in the Navy.
I was an active duty Navy SEAL.
Submarine officer.
Air Force.
Marine.
I was raised as a Republican.
I've been a lifelong Republican.
Lifelong Republican.
At least I was until Donald Trump came into the picture.
He does not care about you. He does not care about this country.
Balls to say it.
You know, I tell you, it's amazing. I can't even believe it. I've been so lucky.
Right.
In terms of that whole world.
You've never gotten a social disease.
It is a dangerous world out there.
It is.
Scary. It's like Vietnam, sort of like, you know, the Vietnam era.
It is your personal Vietnam, isn't it?
It is my personal
It is. You've said that many
I feel
times.
like a great and very brave soldier.
A lot of guys.
And he said, "That's my real Purple Heart. I have such confidence in you." And I said, "Man, that's like big stuff. I always wanted to get the Purple Heart. This was much easier."
Amazing. I can't even believe it. I've been so lucky.
Right.
In terms of that whole world.
You've never gotten a social disease.
It is a dangerous world out there.
It is.
Scary. It's like Vietnam, sort of like, you know, the Vietnam era.
It is your personal Vietnam, isn't it?
It is my personal
It is. You've said that many
I feel
times.
like a great and very brave soldier.
A lot of guys who went through Vietnam came out unscathed. A lot of guys who've gone through the 80s having sex with different women came out with AIDS and all kinds of things.
They survived Vietnam.
This is better than Vietnam, but it's
a little better. But every vagina is a landmine. Haven't we both said that in private? A potential landmine?
I think it is.
That's right. So
there's some real danger there.
Obamacare is a catastrophe. Nobody talks about it. You know, without John McCain, we would have had it done. But John McCain, for some reason, couldn't get his arm up that day. Remember? He goes that like...
New report from The Atlantic magazine. President Trump skipped a visit to a World War I memorial in France because he considered the cemetery for America's war dead to be filled with losers.
John Kelly confirmed that Trump described dead U.S. service members as losers and suckers.
He stood next to his former chief of staff at the grave of his son who died in Afghanistan and said what was in it for them.
Trump has faced major criticism for not reaching out to the families of 4 U.S. soldiers. He has played golf at least 4 times since these young men were killed.
The president said that he knew what he signed up for. He couldn't remember my husband's name.
What happened to her husband? Where is he? He's gone. He knew.
The Trump Foundation admitted to misusing funds, including using money meant for veterans to bump up his presidential campaign.
Man of the operations that killed Osama bin Laden. You're not even going to give them credit for taking down bin Laden?
They took him down, but
he was a Navy SEAL.
Wouldn't it have been nice if we got Osama bin Laden a lot sooner than that? Wouldn't it have been nice? He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
I figured there would be a chance that I would catch it. For instance, I met with Gulfstar families. They come within an inch of my face sometimes. They want to hug me and they want to kiss me.
President Trump announced a pair of secret meetings with Taliban negotiators at Camp David just days before the 18th anniversary of the September 11th attacks.
daughter, Chris Collier. You're right.
Just to say no comment today, but he can't help himself from once again attacking John McCain, who's both a war hero and deceased.
Well, I think it's very straightforward, Anderson. John McCain was, and in our hearts remains, the man Trump could never be. And Trump knows it. It's a classic case of male fears of inadequacy. I mean, it goes along perfectly with his lifelong obsession with having women on his arm that looked like teenage boys' fantasies. He wants to show us all how tough he is, but he's not tough. He's a draft dodger, and he appears to be a physical coward with a big mouth.
It seems to be the people who are actually tough, who have actually been in tough situations and shown themselves and have risen to those situations to meet them, they don't talk tough necessarily. I mean, they often are the quietest person in the room.
Yeah, indeed. It's just an old rule that, the guy who brags at the bar wasn't a hero. And I've been privileged to know some men and women who I regard as genuine heroes. And John McCain, who I knew slightly as well. And no, they don't shoot off their mouths. They don't gratuitously insult people. They don't incite hatred. On the contrary, the people who have actually served this country so well, with John McCain as his generation's leading example, they just don't behave like Trump.
Yeah, it's interesting because, I mean, I used to think, or at times I've thought, okay, there's a political reason for the president to be doing something or for tweeting something or trying to change the message, refocus people onto something else. That distracts from something, something going on that's negative to the president or that he doesn't like. Mike Shields, who's a supporter of the president, was on the program last night saying that some people might actually see this as strength from the president, that he's sticking to his guns, that he's not pretending to like somebody who he didn't like in life, and that, it's him not backing down just because Senator McCain has passed away, that it's actually a sign of strength to some people.
Does one really need to reply to anything that preposterous? Look, Trump is just shameful. He is obscene. He is disgraceful. I mean, pick your adjective. But anyone who dodged the draft, who never did anything for this country, and who was elected apparently with the help of a hostile power, that this guy would attack and keep attacking John McCain, just shows you the power of human jealousy. I mean, jealousy, here in Washington, everybody's afraid of human emotion. We would never talk about something like jealousy being a strategic factor. Yet if there is a quality, an emotion that will ruin lives and start wars, it is jealousy. And Trump appears to me to be consumed by it. Because for all the doodads he's got, and now he's got Air Force One to replace his older plane. All the toys he has, he does not seem like a happy man. He seems terribly lonely, just roaming the halls of the White House at night, living for television. This man's the president of the United States. And the best he can do with his time is watch Fox News and tweet. I mean, future historians, just future citizens, are going to look back at this interval in our history and be utterly appalled and disgusted. Because I'll tell you, as an intelligence officer, I was a really good analyst. I had an incredible track record. I could never foresee the American people electing someone like Donald Trump.